I'm Ben Hardy, Operations Director at Richmond Event Management. We've been working on the Balloon Fiesta since 2010, so this is our 8th year. Each year is a little bit different, operationally and from a content production point of view. Obviously the world in which we're trying to deliver mass public gatherings, free events like this has changed quite significantly. Counter-terrorism is obviously something that's all on everyone's mind, so it's been as good and successful as normal, but with another layer of planning and liaison with multiple agencies that we've had to do. The Balloon Fiesta planning starts from about September, so we pack up shop and we'll be done and out of here by August, and we start again in September. That starts with debriefing. It starts with thoroughly tracking all the key issues that we need to start looking at for the next year. And then by January, we're really starting a number of quite lengthy, sometimes complex discussions with key partners such as Avon and Somerset Constabulary, Bristol and North Somerset councils, and also our key subcontractors, people like Cash and Traffic Management and the AA, about how we're going to implement some of the changes we need to make. Balloons are much like an artist on a main stage. Their main stage is this arena which we build for them, 600 metres as a perimeter. They're a quite strange headline act. They might not turn up because of the weather, they're very weather sensitive, and of course they then go and fly off. So it's not really the ideal way to plan an event, but as you can see behind me, the crowds absolutely love it. It's something unique, it's something very Bristol, and it's a real pleasure for the whole team at REN to be working on it. So over 4 days we have 500,000 people visit the Balloon Fiesta. There's a lot of people that also see the whole spectacle of balloons flying over the city as well. It's quite unique in that we've got this event footprint, but we have to have consideration across the whole city. The crowd ebbs and flows because it is a free event. We do charge for parking, but we do tend to get particular crowd movements. For example, when a mass ascent takes off, we then end up dealing with an egress crowd, while a crowd is also trying to come into sight for the night globe, which we're going to see in about an hour's time. Since we took the contract on in 2010, we were quite clear that actually the ballooners, many of whom don't get paid to come here, they do it for a passion, they do it to put on a show. It was about making sure we look after them. So we do liaise with the Balloon Flying Committee, the Balloon Management team, and we constantly go out and meet and talk to pilots and their crew about what they want. And it can be simple things like the quality of a breakfast, what the breakfast served on, what sort of sausage it is, to the price of a pint of beer behind the bar, to then actually just making their entry and their exit as slick as possible. So creating the sort of infrastructure around an event, a pass and accreditation system that obviously works for our requirements, but also meets the complexity of a 4 to 15-20 man crew trying to operate one of these hot air balloons. There's 135 balloons taking part this year. That's about an 850 to 900 crew. That's another 200, 250 vehicles. Something like 5,800 hash browns in the morning. It's obviously quite a complex operation. The space we have to park those vehicles and how we park them is quite specific. We need to ensure that the right types and size of balloon rig are at the front of the car park. It's quite tight behind there, so moving trailers and 4x4s again is something that we have to consider. We have a number of issues, I guess, on the egress plan for this crowd. A lot come on foot and use our shuttle bus, and a great number actually use our official car parks. And then there's another number that actually use our unofficial car parks. So that traffic management plan and pedestrian egress plan is predicated on 9 clear entry and exit points around the event site, and ensuring that it's really clearly marked and labelled who needs to use which exit point on their way out. And even this year we've still had to fine-tune from Thursday night to Saturday night our egress plan around the shuttle bus pickup point, which can see tens of thousands of people needing to board buses really quickly, pay for their ticket if they haven't got it, and then get them back into the city centre. A real win for us was loading this show in on Wednesday. The weather was really bad, it was wet. We actually have a finite number of entry points. We're quite proud that we keep the ground here at Ashton Court as green and mud-free as we possibly can. There's about 380 traders and exhibitors. We'd already laid in, if you like, our first load in, which is infrastructure, fencing, marquees, power, and then we load in those 380 traders. And we did that over a course of 12 hours, but we escorted every single one onto site for a specific designated route, so we just simply didn't churn the ground. So when on Thursday we opened, the public came in, and it wasn't a sort of welly boot environment. It was a little bit muddy underfoot, but not significant, great big trenches of it. Friday was obviously a little bit damp and dampened spirits, but of course it got quite dusty on Thursday, so we needed something to keep the dust down. Thursday was great. Today's been great. Too windy for balloons this evening, but we're going to have the night glow in a minute. And tomorrow looks absolutely fantastic, although they've just told me they're worried that we won't have enough wind for the balloons to fly over the city. So again, we've got that sort of spectrum of too much wind and too little wind. Next year's the Balloon Fiesta's 40th anniversary. I think that's something that we need to rightfully mark with our climb and celebrate. Bristol will want to celebrate it. We've got a lot of loyal visitors who are going to be attending. They're going to want to celebrate as well. But we're going to have to sort of layer that with operationally making the tweaks that we've already identified this weekend in next year's planning process. So we've already identified quite early on that it wouldn't just take the normal 11 months to plan the 40th anniversary Balloon Fiesta. So we've already had about a 6 to 8 month period of actually thoroughly planning the sorts of things we can do. But of course, if I told you now, I'd spoil the fun of the announcement.